This is the concierge, sir.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Concierge Confidential. I'm your host, Brian Ortega, and it is getting hot out there, guys. It is, It was 90 degrees the other day. So if you're not in Vegas yet, and you're planning to come to Vegas, it's definitely going to be hot when you finally visit the good old city in the valley. So that brings me to my topic today which I've done a couple of these before, but I think it's always good to update, especially for, seasons changing. And that is, dress codes, wardrobe, what to bring to Vegas, the essentials to visiting Vegas in the spring and summertime. So actually, I'll get into all that as we come up, but I just wanted to go over all that just because I've seen this experience a couple times, and Vegas is certainly changing on what you can wear to certain places and what sort of, is acceptable. And for me, not for the better. I don't like sort of where we're going in terms of where the wardrobe is going, because you give somebody an inch, they take a mile. So we're going to be talking about what you need to bring to Las Vegas, what's appropriate for different events when you're in town, and really how to plan and pack for Las Vegas. And that's coming up next here on Concierge Confidential. Okay, everybody, so hello, let's get into it. This is one of my favorite topics just because I am definitely one of those people that needs to dress for the occasion. I'm a big dress for the occasion guy, and the thing is just sometimes I do go overboard. Maybe I didn't need to go all the way with whatever outfit I was thinking of that day, but it's just my nature. So that's usually just what ends up happening. By the way, for those of you that have been listening and tuning in, and I did get somebody, Edison, who messaged me about doing an EDC episode like I did for WrestleMania. I've actually been to EDC, so that will be a much more informed episode than I was for WrestleMania, which never been. And I have to say, WrestleMania people are on a different level altogether. Just the amount of people there was actually, I think, more people here for WrestleMania than there was for the Super Bowl. Just in terms of just anecdotally being on the Strip for the Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl was in Las Vegas, not just ones that are, last year. So it was good for the city. I did not go out last week. I was actually dog sitting, it worked out perfect to be dog sitting on a week that WrestleMania was in town because it was nuts. Although a lot of things were happening at Fontainebleau because that's where they were having a lot of their Hall of Fame ceremony and all that good stuff. And it's fun to sort of see on ESPN and stuff, on the Pat McAfee show, Fontainebleau in the background. So didn't go to any of the properties any of the restaurants or bars that I go on property. But I noticed a bunch. Also, Fontainebleau getting a lot of shine. If you watch Hacks, which is on HBO Max, it's a show about a female comedian who has a female writer who was in Las Vegas, and then they went to Los Angeles to film a show, and then spoilers for people who watch Hacks, but ended up back at Fontainebleau, which I knew that they were filming there, I believe, for the show. For some reason, I got tipped off that they were filming in Fontainebleau, and it was really cool. So, anyways, neither here nor there has to do with anything that you have to bring to Las Vegas. So, it's getting hotter in town, which means you're going to want to bring. Most people who are not from Las Vegas want to bring out the flip-flops and shorts. That's the most go-to item that people want to bring to Las Vegas. All the people from this also. Sorry, we're talking about certain parts of the country. People in the Midwest, like Minnesota and Wisconsin, come on, guys. We got to bring more than just the flip-flops and shorts. You got to bring a couple more items to Las Vegas, just in case. So really, when you come to Las Vegas, and this is going to be very male-focused because, ladies, let's just face it. You guys know how to dress. You know how to dress up for the occasion, and it's usually you are not the problem. This is definitely a man-focused. Give this to your husband or your boyfriend and just let them know, hey, you need to do better. So let's go over it. So when you come to Las Vegas, you're going to really need 3 specific times of day that you want to dress for. Really 2, but let's talk about 3. You need something casual. You need something that you're going to be able to sleep in. So shorts, pajamas, whatever you want to go with. That's something you need to sleep with. Obviously, that's your thing. If you want to sleep naked, good for you. One less thing you got to bring. Fantastic. But you do want to bring a couple other items. So you want to bring a daytime outfit. Daytime outfits basically are worn from breakfast time until about, 3, 4 o'clock when you go back to the room to get into your second outfit, which is nighttime outfit. Nighttime outfit and like nightclub outfit can be the same thing if you are a nightclub or like a really nice bar person. Just because, again, they kind of go together. And again, the thing is, you don't want to like go to a restaurant smelly and stinky and everyone's going to throw back at me, well, we're busy and we got things going on. Plan to be certain places at certain times and get your life together. So what should you bring for the daytime? So daytime things can be casual. Most places, it can even be a fancy brunch spot, will allow you to eat there, and a lot of this has to come down to restaurants, will allow you in regardless if you're wearing for breakfast, lunch, brunch, whatever you want. The biggest thing I've definitely found, flip-flops, I hate walking around in flip-flops. I actually own one pair of flip-flops that I don't even know where they are right now. And I only wear them if I'm going to the beach or going to be at a resort and only to the pool. That is strictly from the room to the pool, only time I wear flip-flops. But when you do come to Vegas, if you're a guy, fine. If you need to bring cargo shorts, I get it. They have a lot of pockets. It's very useful, utility, great for holding your wife's things. Great for holding your own things. Really great for holding paper tickets, like if you go to the sports book, but, not the safest thing either. But I would say instead of going with those shorts, up your game a little bit. Go with the resort casual shorts. Go with the resort shorts is what they're known as, or golf shorts. You see these a lot of places like the PGA store, Dick's. They usually, the biggest sort of thing about them is that they are... have 4 pockets. That's always like the sort of signifier of what makes like a golf short or resort short is that they have 4 pockets, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. That's how you know they are resort shorts. So those usually are dressy enough if you dress them up with, maybe some nice sneakers. You can wear flip-flops, I guess, if you want, but if you want to wear them with like some loafers, but anyways, you just want to wear some, again, with some sneakers, some nice white shoes, something that not really black. You want to go with white shoes, especially in the summertime. Those are a pass. You'll be able to put those on with like a nice polo or even like a nice sort of fitted black or white shirt, and then maybe just like an overshort if you're just a little bit wider. I get it. And then you can go anywhere with that. You can really get into any place using that, and it's very versatile. You can go to the pool, you can go to brunch, you can go to lunch, you can go to dinner. They're usually comfortable. They're very breathable. They're made to be walked in for long periods of time, and you're not going to look wrinkly. And you'll look cool in pictures, too, because a lot of people come to town, they want to take pictures. It's going to look fine. And I think it's going to work anywhere from places like Fontainebleau, the Wynn, the Aria, all the way to like Harrah's, the Link, Flamingo. All those properties are most likely going to let you into whatever thing you got going on there. I would also say bring a good polo. Like just bring a good polo that you can throw on. It can be casual, whatever you want to call it. Polos do great here because they're so versatile, especially if it's like a breathable polo, a golf shirt. You can wear it. You can wear it to dinner. That's something that you can actually wear in the daytime and into the evening. And when it really comes down to it, you can wear a lot of the things interchangeable. It really comes down to like the shorts and the footwear. Footwear is 100% dresses you up and will dress you down in one fair swoop. It's really, I found, one of those things that we will give you a pass if you have the right shoes. Flip-flops, again, zero versatility with flip-flops, but you could wear some like nice loafers. I hate loafers, but that's your thing. You want to wear loafers? That's cool. My nephew is wearing loafers. He looks like a little drug dealer, although he's not. He's fantastic. Love him. But there was just one day he was wearing like this really cool shirt with like these like brown shorts, and I was wearing loafers. He looked sick. I think he was wearing a hat too. He kind of looked like a Cuban sort of like mafia dealer, but he looked awesome. He's so cute. Love him. Shout out Mateo. It's my guy. So anyways, getting back to it, bring some resort shorts, bring a nice button down. I meant to say polo, but also bring a nice button down, like a short sleeve button down. Look great at the pool. You can wear it at the pool, wear it to brunch. I'm using these things a lot, like brunch and lunch. Those are the things that are going to get knocked on. Also, these do work if you go to day clubs. If you're going to be planning on going to a day club, which for those of you younger viewers or older viewers who like nightclubs, for the gentlemen, I've worn like board short. You can wear board shorts like if you want to get into the pool, but I've just gone with like regular, like very versatile shorts from like Hurley. Again, these don't have to be expensive. I've bought shirts from Quicksilver, Hurley, nice shorts. Throw on like a nice shirt with it, a nice button down. You can get in right away. Shoes, they typically like flip-flops, or I usually go with like some nice white sneakers. Again, white sneakers are really good for the summertime just because it does sort of dress up the whole outfit without making it feel sort of like too out of place and make you feel too old. I'm not talking like wearing Asics here. We're talking, some Nikes, Thursday Boot Company. They all sell shoes that are just like plain white shoes. Plain white shoes are actually very versatile as well if you want to go out in the evenings. So again, that's what I recommend for the guys to bring to Las Vegas at bare minimum for casual. That's midday. Let's get into the evening. Evening is where you're going to shows, you're going to nightclubs, you're going to bars, lounges, restaurants. Nighttime is going to be a little bit more restrictive than the daytime is just because of it being dinner time. Restaurants, they want to really show that they are an elegant restaurant. The thing is, though, guys, I'm going to be straight up with you. I'm going to give you all these rules about what you should bring to Las Vegas to wear. People don't always follow these rules. It's really, really annoying. I hate it that you get all dressed up. This is a huge event for you. You're here for a wedding, an anniversary, those type of things, and someone walks in with like an Affliction shirt and shorts. And it's like you did your best, and someone's walking in looking like trash. It's annoying. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I do like places that enforce it. Like Delilah's somewhat enforces it. You usually have to be wearing slacks. Not slacks. You usually have to be wearing pants at very minimum. But I've seen, lax things get in there depending on what level you are in the hotel. I did see somebody get actually turned away at the Eiffel Tower restaurant. I was actually just checking on a reservation one time. Like earlier in the day, this had to be like 4:30, 4:45. So this is right before the changeover from lunch to dinner. And the person walked up, resort shorts, and they said, yeah, well, unfortunately, you can't go up there because you're wearing shorts, and we have a policy that you have to be wearing pants. And I was like, cool, dude. I was like, I'm with that. I actually relished the people getting turned away. So I'm terrible, I know. But most places, for example, around the Bellagio. So think, think Spago. Think places like Mayfair Supper Club. Think places like Le Cirque, which I think is closed actually, so maybe don't think about that one. Prime Steakhouse. Those places tend to require you to wear at the bare minimum pants. But again, I've seen people wear resort shorts here. So another big thing is just the footwear. So make sure no flip-flops. I keep coming back to it, guys. I'm sorry. No flip-flops. But if you are coming to town and you want something that's more versatile, white sneakers are great because white sneakers actually go really well with any like slacks. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll wear black slacks with white, very clean, white shoes. I wear like these Nike, what do you call them? Court? Yeah, they're like Nike Court shoes. Check them out online. They're fully white. But also, like, you can go with, like, Thursday Boot Company, which is, I just bought some shoes from them. And you can wear some nice white sneakers, black slacks. You could also wear, like, tan or khaki pants. And then, like, a nice little polo. Like, if you're somebody who has a little bit, more formed shape, a nice, good-looking polo you can wear. You can even wear just, like, a plain black shirt. Plain black shirts do really well in Las Vegas. Again, know your body type, know how to dress it up. I'm not like super, super slender, so I do know that I have to usually wear like a nice like jacket to go with it, like a bomber jacket with a black shirt. I'll throw a little chain on there, just throw a little spice, and I do well. I could just walk in really any place on the strip. I've walked in that way with the white tennis shoes, black slacks, plain black shirt. Little jacket over top, really great. Another thing that's really in fashion for men, especially in Vegas, is like a white shirt with sort of like a tan overshirt that's open. That actually works really well and really looks really nice, very casual, but sort of slightly upscale, especially during these summer months. Because again, I know it gets hot and you want to stay as comfortable as possible. Not many people do like the sport coat thing anymore, although I do have many, many sports coats. I have like 4 that fit, and then I have like 5 more that are just like sitting there. But it is what it is. So sports coats, you tend to want to only do in the evening, and usually only if it's a super high-end occasion. A couple places that do have a very strict dress code in terms of wearing a jacket or wearing slacks are going to be any Michelin-rated restaurant or Michelin chef-rated restaurant. So think places like Jorel Robuchon. Jorel Robuchon, which is located at the MGM Grand, which was the last 3 Michelin star restaurant on the Las Vegas Strip that was rated. They definitely require you to wear a jacket. They also have complimentary jackets just in case. And you do have to wear pants, slacks there as well. So pretty strict over at Joe Robuchon. Their other restaurant, which is right next to it, completely forgetting the name of it right now. They were a little bit more lax because they were not the 3 Michelin star restaurant. They were L'Atelier was the name of it at the MGM Grand. So those type of places definitely have to do the full boat. But again, you can get away with a lot of things in terms of just wear pants and just wear some nice shoes. I have worn Jordans. Let's get on the sort of the topic of Jordans. Jordans have become sort of like the new dress shoe. As long as you keep them clean, you got to keep your shoes clean. That's very important. And I've gotten in most places like that. If I still went to nightclubs, I'd probably go ahead and rock some Jordans to go along with the rest of my black outfit, just because that's the style. It's very, very fashion forward. A lot of times places you'll see things that say, business casual, or you'll see places that say, chic modern, or things that, things of that nature. And you kind of just go with it, and you hopefully pick the right one. But cleanliness is really, really a big deal. Cleanliness is huge, huge, huge. Ladies, this always comes back to you as well. So let's go ahead and talk about nightclubs and that kind of thing. Honestly, I've never seen a woman get not turned away at a restaurant, ever. In my entire life, never seen it. We let anybody in if you are a lady. It's just, that's the rules of Las Vegas. The ladies come, the guys will follow. That's the only way that it works, which is funny because it never works the opposite way. But let's talk about nightclubs, because it's always a big deal for nightclubs and lounges for ladies. So if you're going to the nightclub, usually you got to wear heels. That's usually the bare requirement is heels, at least on the outside when you're waiting in line. Once you get into the club, it don't matter no more. So if you're able to buy some of those roll-ups that you can usually find at the Venetian, they are rolled, what do you call them, like ballet flats that you can wear after you take your shoes off, which we don't want you walking around the strip with no shoes because that's disgusting. But they do sell those at the Venetian. Very helpful. They roll up. You can put them in your purse. Very nice. But usually, you just need the heels for standing outside of the club. If your bag is big enough, don't bring a gigantic tote bag, but if you're ever to wear, flats or something more comfortable, feel free. Try to make sure that the flats are still fashionable, so don't think you could bring Crocs, because if they see you with Crocs inside of the nightclub, you will definitely be getting booted out of that nightclub. But you can wear jeans. A really good look is sometimes with jeans and some nice, jeans, and usually nice, like a pump or just a regular heel, or wedges. That works too. They just don't want to see flat feet, which if those of you that have seen Barbie know what I'm talking about. They don't want to see you in sandals or, some like strappy, what do you call them? Strappy, whatever you call the things on your feet. But they don't want to see that. Unless you're at a day club, which day clubs, honestly, wear whatever you want. No one's going to turn you away, ladies. Wear a bathing suit. You'll be fine. They really just don't like jeans at day clubs, I found. I've never seen people wear jeans at day clubs. I'd probably be a person that would wear jeans at a day club. But no jeans, male or female, not huge fans of jeans. Unless, ladies, you are planning on taking the jeans off, and then, then ta-da is your, very nice bathing suit. Jean shorts are cool. If you want to wear jean shorts, ladies, to day clubs, totally fine. They will go with it. Totally cool. Another one that I sort of just thought of as I was talking, do not wear, I repeat, do not wear heels to the day club. It is not a requirement, and actually people will actually kind of laugh at you. I've seen it happen. That's a very it's my first time to Vegas, I'm 21, never drank before vibes. And we don't want to put out those vibes. We want to put out, been here before, not my first time, Sandra Bullock, you know what you're doing. Charlize Theron, sick. So yeah, no wedges or heels to day clubs. Don't do it. But gentlemen, like I said, for nighttime, invest in some nice Chelsea boots. Chelsea boots are great. I've actually just bought a pair of Chelsea boots. Very versatile. You can wear them with a suit. You can wear them with jeans. Wear them anywhere. Doesn't feel like, they're, regular tie-up shoes like Oxfords or something like that. You're able to sort of get away with just doing the Chelsea boot. Totally fine with it. I actually have a really cool pair of black Timberlands that look really great with jeans, and I only really wear them in the wintertime, but love the look. It's my vibe. So, like I said, most places on the Strip are going to be pretty forgiving because they know that you're out and about. They know that you don't have time to change. But I would always just put in your brain things you have to bring in the summertime for Las Vegas. I don't care if you're somebody who does not, I repeat, does not put deodorant every single day. It is needed here. You will be walking a lot. It will be very hot. You will sweat. And then boom, you've just torpedo bombed the entire corner. So definitely bring a lot of hygienic products in regards to smell. It's really, really important. And also drink lots of water. I think this is sort of like out of the ordinary of what to bring. But bring lots of water. That's another huge deal. But again, things to pack while you're in Las Vegas. Sunscreen is a big deal. When you go over to the regular pools are very restrictive on what you can bring in. Usually no ice chests, so don't think about bringing an ice chest to Las Vegas for no apparent reason, especially if it doesn't fit. But day clubs, you can basically go like you're going to the beach. That is essentially what is going to go on. And if you forget anything, like let's just say you forgot sunblock or pool toys, right in front of every single pool is a little store that you can literally buy anything that you really, really do not need. That's always kind of the thing that you have to take into account is that you're going to forget stuff. And then your kids are going to want to play with toys. And now you're stuck. But again, those are things to bring. Also, I'm glad I brought this up. Definitely, ladies, you have to bring a cover-up when you're walking through the casinos. As much as we may like you walking around without a cover-up, the casinos do not. It's also part of the gaming license that they cannot be like a nude establishment. Not saying that you are nude, but just saying them the rules. But usually you want to bring like a nice like sort of cover up and you'll be fine. And it is usually a longer walk from your room to the actual pool itself. Our pool complexes are one of the most complicated things to find unless they're on a floor somewhere. But usually you kind of have to search for them. But they do like you to wear a shawl or something over to cover all the lady bits. So yeah, bring a hat. Hats are always important, but again, they mess up your hair. One of the things that is probably the most important, if you are a gentleman, and again, I've done this from personal experience, gentlemen with very thick, long, luscious locks. I always forget this. Bring your own hair gel. Hair gel out of the convenience stores is one of the biggest Ponzi schemes I've ever seen in Las Vegas. And this was a place that actually gave money to Shohei Ohtani's interpreter for no apparent reason. Convenience stores that have the pomade or the gel for your hair typically run about $20, $23 for one jar. Don't do it. I don't care how much you need to fix your hair. Shave it off. But no, definitely those are items that you want to bring. Also, ladies, if you need to bring dry shampoo or something, cool, do your thing. I did want to mention that Dry Bar over at the Cosmopolitan is no longer available to be taking haircuts. They don't actually cut hair, they just style. So pour one out for the Cosmopolitan, unfortunately. So I think I've talked enough, guys, today. We covered a lot of different topics, very much according to just, wardrobe. I have been purchasing lots of items for the event that I'm doing, which is the Kentucky Derby in Kentucky. And I've bought a suit, a hat, I bought a pocket square. I bought, honestly, a lot of things I really didn't need, but I just am a huge stickler for dressing up for the occasion. Dress for the job you want, not the job you have, is always an important saying to me. But I bought a hat. I bought a suit. What else did I buy? Didn't buy a watch this time, although that would have been cool. What else did I buy? Oh, and I bought a tie. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited to see it next week when I go to the Derby. Hopefully it's not going to rain. I'm so nervous about it. But honestly, I think this is a really fun episode. Just sort of go over things that I think you should bring to Las Vegas. Ladies, bring at least one pair of heels. One pair of heels and a dress that says, you know what, I might have 3 kids, but not tonight. Definitely bring like one quote unquote sexy dress, if you will. Just sort of like, where else are you going to get to do it? Are you going to be in Iowa and you're going to be wearing like this black leather latex, whatever? That's a bad example. Let's just say you're wearing like a really sexy outfit that you would not wear in like downtown Des Moines. Sorry, Iowa, for taking a stray on this podcast. But wear like a fun thing. No one's going to know who you are. We're all going to think you're a nuclear physicist, a model, or whatever other silly pickup line that we can come up with and give you a job based on it. But if you are mistaken with somebody who does actually work in those dresses, just maybe be cool about it when you're just like, no, I actually have a job that doesn't require me, to be in bars all the time. So take that as if you will. Take that as you will. That's the one. So anyways, thanks for coming on this ride with me, guys. I will probably be doing a Kentucky Derby, I don't want to say preview, but sort of just a kind of an experience update on what it was like. So I'll be doing that probably after the Derby, which is like May 3rd. But until then, I'm probably going to do an episode on the pools in Las Vegas and which are some of the best and which are some of the, skip and some of my personal favorites. So thanks again, everybody, for listening. Really appreciate it. Follow us on all of our socials, Concierge Confidential _LV. Or you can follow us or follow me on Instagram, which is Brian_Ortega26. And also on TikTok, which is at Keys to Vegas, still going strong. But anyways, thank you so much for listening, everybody. Really appreciate it. If you see me out in town, come up, say hello. But remember, keep it confidential.